Howdy folks, it's AJ coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer, and it's Beer 30. Today's selection, one of the old standbys, Spaten Oktoberfest. This is an import from Germany, and this is one of the Oktoberfest. Spaten is one of the breweries, one of the big breweries in Germany, and they have one of the big tents, you know, in Oktoberfest down there, and this is the Oktoberfest beer that they drink, that they serve there. You know, along with Hofbrau and other breweries that have, you know, but Spaten is one of them, and I don't need to tell you that it's delicious. Oh man. One of those perfect things in life, Oktoberfest ale. So, I thought that for this Beer 30 episode, I would just talk a little bit about what's been happening gaming-wise. And there's currently a Steam sale going on, so if you're not already aware of it, a Christmas Steam sale is going on. You know, strap yourself in and go spend some money, because I had to get Arkham Origins. It was $5. I already own the other two, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and I didn't have Origins, but when they drop it, you know, to $5, I had to pick it up. So now I can do the entire franchise. I finished Arkham Asylum, and now I can finish the franchise. And I also picked up, I think it's Euro Truck Driver, or Euro Trucker, or whatever. It was like, I mean, it was dirt cheap. It was like 90% off or something like that. And I had thought about it because, you know, in the Army, I drove a truck in Germany along a lot of the roads that they show in that game, the Autobahns and what are known as Bundesstrasses and all that. So I thought for whatever it was, a couple bucks or whatever it was, I'm like, why not? I can see how realistic it looks, you know, to when I used to drive those roads. And I did play it a little bit. It's actually it's a lot of fun. I got to get a steering wheel though. I do not. I was doing it with the mouse and the keyboard, and I need to go buy myself, for not just for that, but for other racing games and stuff. I need to get an actual steering wheel controller for the PC. So and then I picked up, I can't remember, I picked up a couple other games, but I'm sure there'll be more to come as the sale goes on. It goes through New Year's. And every day, you know, be different sales and all that. So just remember the one little tidbit about that. If you're new to Steam sales, there's a lot of stuff on sale. You'll see 40, 50% off and all that. And some of it might be on your wish list. Some of it might be some of your favorite games that you've been waiting for to go on sale. But be smart about it. If you see it at 40, 50% off, if it's not one of the daily deals or one of the flash sales, I would resist buying it. And the reason I say that is if you're pretty religious about going back and checking, you know, every 24 hours or every 12 hours for the flash sales, generally your deepest discount will come when it's a daily deal or it's on a flash sale. So if you buy it for 40% off thinking you're getting a good deal, and then 2 days later you see it for 75% off, you're going to kick yourself. So that's just, you know, it's kind of a well-known thing by now. But if you are new to Steam sales, it would be new to you. So there's just a little helpful hint for you. So that's going on. Been playing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, Horde of the Dragon Queen. I've been talking about that a little bit. Had my inaugural session here in Greyhawk's Tavern, and I'm going to edit in a little bit of video from that. To give this some context, what you're going to see is it's the very beginning of the session, and what the DM has asked us to do each and every time that we play since the first time is for us to do a recap to refresh all of our memory. And he has each of us, there's 3 of us players, and he has each of us tell a portion of the story from the last session to kind of refresh everybody's memory. And he has us kind of do it in character too, which is good for the role-playing factor. So at this point, you're going to see Alex, who's one of the players. It's his turn to do his part of the narrative to recap us, and that's whose little bit of narrative you're going to see here. You're going to see the DM, Jonathan. You're going to see me, of course, Greyhawk. You're going to see Alex, who's the one who's going to be speaking, and then the one at the other end of the table will be Eric. So that's who you're going to see, and enjoy.
Upon sending him to rest, we decided that it would be a good idea to talk to his apprentice, Nessim. And upon talking with him a little bit, we started to realize that it seemed like he was hiding information from us. Everything that he was saying was unclear, and we could tell that he was dodging some of our answers. So we decided to pressure him a little bit. I spoke with him individually, attempted to nicely persuade him to give us the information that we needed on who he was working for, anything that could possibly help us in our quest. And then I believe it was Magnus who came in next. I think, yeah.
Did you talk to him?
No, that's right. No, it was Dash who came in next and started pressuring him a little bit more. We were kind of playing the whole good cop, bad cop deal. And eventually we were able to break him. He finally opened up. He finally opened up and started to tell us what we wanted to know. But the instant he gave in and began to speak, his entire face began to melt. His hair burned away, and we found several scars on his head. Scars in some sort of ancient script. I decided to read as much as I could, catch what I could, and I was able to decipher the name Thayan. Still not entirely sure what that is for, but he quickly died and left behind some letters that...
He kind of like burst into flames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He left behind letters that he claimed that he was sending to the members of his monk school, I guess.
And the letters were hot to the touch, which was interesting.
After breaking down, it was obvious that the whole story about the monks was a complete lie. We attempted to read the letters by moving them around without physically touching them, and a curious effect came over me. I felt a burning sensation in my head. It grew to an extreme, almost unbearable point where I was able to shake most of it off. Unfortunately, some portion of this curse still resides. I feel a constant burning in my forehead. I'm hoping to be able to get rid of it as soon as possible. And thus we decided that our next move, as proposed by Leosin, he needed someone to find out what was hidden in the caves at the encampment. We knew that they were hiding something there, and we wanted to figure out what it is. So we decided to head out again.
Also, for the record, I am so proud of you players.
So, that was that. That was just a little snippet of my first gaming session here at Greyhawk's Tavern. As you can see, there's more than enough room. We can actually reconfigure things a little bit. I'm thinking about changing up the setup for the tables and all that because we want to try and get a couple more players in. But there's more than enough room for that. And it was a lot of fun. Really enjoying it. The other thing that is going on is I'm continuing. I'm in my Pathfinder group. I've been with them, it might be almost a year now. Yeah, I'm thinking it's been almost a year. Yeah, pretty close. Or maybe not quite, but it's getting close. And we have a pretty regular group now for our Pathfinder group. We had a few people, that kind of came and went and all that, but I think we've got a pretty solid group now. and I'll just put in a couple pictures here of our Pathfinder group. One's like a selfie from last night, and then there's a couple other ones from previous sessions and so forth, just to give you an idea. So that I'm basically doing Pathfinder. I'm doing D&D 5th edition. Of course, I'm playing World of Warcraft, other Steam stuff. Especially with the Steam sale going on. One of the things about our Pathfinder group last night, and it was not the memo. There was no memo that went out, but two of the regulars that have been there the whole time. One of the regular players and then the host, Amber, they decided to give out Christmas gifts last night, and there was no one said anything about we were going to exchange Christmas presents. So the rest of us kind of showed up empty-handed, and I feel kind of shitty about that because I really should have thought about it and got some gifts for people. I don't know why. Just slipped my mind. I didn't think about it. But it was very, very, very nice of those that did bring gifts. Amber, the host, gave me a set because I play a Dwarven Ranger in the Pathfinder game, and she got me a really nice set of Dwarven Rune dice. Let's see if you can see that real well. I don't know how well that's going to focus for you, but so there's a whole set of these. That's the 20, and you get the idea. There's a whole set of these that you can see there, and of course I used them last night. I love them. They're great dice. I love the look of them. And then the other Joe, who's the other regular, has been there from the beginning, along with the DM. Joe he got me a little dice bag, so just happened to be coincidence. So now I have a great new set of dice and a little dice bag to put them in. So it's got a little orange, to it and everything. Basically Halloween colors and my Dwarven dice. So very appreciative of that. I feel kind of like a jackass for not thinking ahead and not getting some gifts. So anyway, that's that. I think that kind of gets us caught up here. As I finish the room, I think since the time that I did the video of with the little tour of Greyhawk's Tavern, I've put some of my action figures up and stuff like that, and so I'll slowly be finishing this off, and then I'll do another quick video of that. Cheers, guys. If you ever have a chance, I highly recommend it. Oktoberfest. Any of the German Oktoberfest. American Oktoberfest, American brewers taste a little bit different, of course, but if you can get it, the German stuff is awesome. Cheers, guys. We'll catch you on the flip side.